Hello Aries, this is Victoria and I'm here with your October tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, we'll take a look at what's going on with your career and workspace, and we'll get some guidance on how to best utilize the energies of the month of October. At the end, I'll post the messages from your person of interest to yourself. So make sure to stick around for that. And of course, as always, we're gonna get started with an oracle message. This time it's Angels and Ancestors Oracle. This is such a beautiful deck, and October is a special month when it comes to Angels and Ancestors energy. So we'll find out. I will be recording more videos on that for those who are wondering, oh, what is she talking about? So if this is topic of interest to you, then definitely October will be the month when I'll create more content on it. So if you're new, please subscribe. All right, and of course I appreciate all your likes, comments, and shares. It helps me populate this message, get it out to people who need to hear it. And by the way, these messages are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Aries. So if you're checking this for your sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. I'm about halfway through right now, but I will accelerate and plan to finish up with all of the rest of the videos either today or tomorrow, which means that you'll, even if you don't see the video you're looking for right now, it will be there very, very soon. All right, with all that said, let's get started. I already got something for you, Aries. By the way, we just experienced full moon in Aries just hours before I'm recording this message, and it was such a powerful energy. It's the first super moon of 2025. It's like the start of the season of the super moons, because now we're gonna have a few of them. And of course, because it's in the energy of Aries, a lot of it is about reflection and illumination, if you wish, of certain aspects of ourselves, of our personality that we don't necessarily pay attention to, that we don't necessarily acknowledge. Maybe we repress those consciously because there's something there that we don't like to see, right? And to me, more than anything, this is about seeing deeper on who you are, what you need, what your story is, and, you know, embracing it, understanding that, you know, this is part of the beauty of that pattern that is you as a human being, right? Your uniqueness, your story. So for your oracle message, Aries, you've got the Earth Guardian here. Stay rooted and grounded. Yeah, it's very much an Earth card, Earth energy. If you're thinking of, like, of course, any kind of mindfulness practice that brings you back to the present moment will help with that. And I mean any of them. If that's not something that you're doing at the moment, I would say connecting to nature is another, or being in nature at least, is another great way to do that. I also like that he's got his hand on his heart chakra, and green is the color of the heart chakra. So if there is anything that you can do to bring more peace and softness to your heart, more open energy where you can be yourself, you don't need to, you know, put on a shield and create some kind of an image, right? But you can be yourself. Maybe there are people where you feel that more consciously, right? Then the clue is to spend time with those people, see where it takes you. Maybe through catching up and telling them your stories, you will be able to see that, you will be able to get more grounded and see the revelation that is needed at this time. Okay, moving on to the main read. Let's see, what does Aries need to know at this time? So for your personal space and love life, we get Two of Swords, the Star, and the Judgment. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius or with a Scorpio. Interesting energies. I'll speak about them more after I lay out the rest of the spread. For your career space, you have Queen of Pentacles, which is what you what you like to see, what you want to see in that area. But I'm smiling because Queen of Pentacles is also connected to the Earth energy. So we'll talk about that too. Four of Cups and Eight of Wands. And finally, for the advice, we have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. The Moon. This is Pisces. Look at that full moon. Just as I was talking about was this latest full moon. We are still in that energy, by the way, because it's only been hours. It's going to be another couple of days where it's going to be felt very strongly. I also noticed that there's a conjunction with Saturn. I literally saw, well, I saw a planet next to the moon, and I looked it up to see what it was. Yes, I have an app for that. Two of Wands, finally. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. So what are you trying to prove, Aries? That's what I'm hearing for you as a headline. Why is that specific thing so important to you? Getting it, being it, why? Or an opinion of a specific person. I mean, of course, there could be very obvious reasons why, right? We are human beings, we are social creatures, and part of that need for belonging and being accepted in a group, and of course as a next step being cherished as a valued member of the group, or maybe a leader even, it's just something that's part of our natural state, and you know what we've instinctively been led to for thousands of years. But now that I'm inviting you to think about it more consciously. What does it awaken in you? What does it make? How does it make you feel if you don't get it, right? Why is it the end of the world, right? So right now, yeah, it's interesting to see what is the motivation for that. And the motivation for any kind of goal that we have, and I mean any of it, and you can challenge me in the comments and give me your goal where you feel like it's not the case. But whatever intention we're setting, whatever we want to get in life is, or get to in life, is because we want to feel a certain way. And we believe that either consciously or subconsciously that this something, someone, a status, whatever it is going to make us feel a certain way, right? So dig deeper into that and see how you can fulfill that need in a different way, or how you can show up for yourself with the energy that you're looking for. Okay, back to the reading. So for your career and love life, you have the Star, the Judgment, and Two of Swords. I don't see much here about the relationship, I'll be honest with you. If anything, it's the relationship between you and your higher power that I'm seeing here, especially with the major arcanas, right? And again, like the analysis paralysis, the indecision, the kind of like, how do I do this? You know, it's like the conflict between the heart and mind space, right? Logically, it makes sense to go this way, but my heart is telling me to go this way, and I just can't decide because I don't want to lose everything, or you know, there's definitely something important at stake for you, which is why you are taking extra time, and it's creating extra chaos in your mind, right? Whereas the answer is, of course, to connect to your higher self, to connect to your higher power, whatever that is for you, and get the message, you know, and get the download and trust it, even if it's not something that your ambition and your ego are telling you is the right thing right now, right? And if anything, you are being guided, so don't be afraid to act because you feel like you're gonna make a fool of yourself, you're gonna make a mistake. No, these are the scenarios that you're supposed to be in to learn something very important. So instead of pushing it away and thinking that maybe it's gonna go away completely and you don't have to deal with this uncomfortable or maybe even embarrassing situation, embrace it. Take a closer look, take your magnifying glass, see what's out there. How can you work with this energy? Going for the career space, we have Queen of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Eight of Wands. So there's definitely this abundant energy in your space. It could be somebody else, somebody you're dealing with, somebody successful, somebody who you see as a role model to a certain extent, right? Like, I want to achieve something like what they're doing, or I want to be as much at ease in my business as they are, whatever that is. And it's good to have, right? For others of you, if you don't have anybody, like, you have set some goals for yourself and they're pretty ambitious. Again, very good to have either way. But it's important not to dwell too much on how you're not that person or how far away you are from that goal, right? It's about realizing, why do you want it in the first place? And again, going back to my initial question, and taking aligned action here with 8 of Wands, right? Not thinking like, why is it so difficult for me, you know, not digging deep into that. I mean, this could be a good question, but right now the more important part is consistent action. How do I bring about what I'm trying to create here? And if there is somebody else who is already doing it, go talk to them, see what they're up to. And maybe it's not necessarily going to be about you doing exactly what they're doing, but because they're going to hopefully give you a backstory to it, the premise to it, you know, where is this coming from, that will give you some ideas on what the equivalent of that would be for you. That will inspire you and will guide you to you know, a more successful place, whatever that is to you. Yes, and it's all very subjective, but who cares at the end of the day, seriously. And then we have, for the advice, we have the Hierophant, the Moon, and 2 of Wands. Again, 2 major arcanas. You actually have altogether quite a lot of major arcanas in your reading, Aries. So another reminder that you're being guided and you are facing some very uncomfortable emotions right now. Some kind of events, either in the past or in the present, that are making you feel small or making you want to hide, you know, under the blanket and not show your face to the world for the foreseeable future. But the ask is actually to show up in your truer, in your more vulnerable energy. If there is somebody in the external that, you know, you feel that you've maybe hurt, or you know, you feel embarrassed to show up to them, this is exactly what you should do. Show up. Of course, prepare for that conversation. See how you can reframe it so that it becomes a path of learning, and there's gratitude that you can express for it. And I don't necessarily mean that you need to make friends with the person who hurt you, right? But it's gonna be up to you what you decide in the context. It's more about letting it go, letting it be, you know, respecting what was happening and why, right? And of course, giving some grace to the other person if somebody was involved, that they were doing the best that they could in that situation, right? And that will allow you to make the right decision that's, you know, in alignment for you easily. It will just come to you. You won't have to struggle through it. We started this reading with 2 of Swords. It was a very, like, it is like a mental struggle, you know. It is kind of like, but I can't afford making a mistake here, that kind of vibe. And we've ended with 2 of Wands, and in this particular deck, look how much at ease this person is, right? She's relaxed. She's just kind of like, yeah, I have this opportunity and this opportunity. I think I'm leaning towards this one because of, you know, whatever, the setting in my life and what I feel is gonna fulfill me the most, is gonna bring the most value, or, you know, is gonna show me more things. It's gonna make me learn, right? Sometimes our ego is asking us to choose the easier way out, or a situation where it would be easier to succeed. But I'm sure you know that it's not always the right decision. So it's up to you how you wanna play it. In the meantime, let's get some messages for Aries from their person of interest. What does Aries need to know, sorry. Wow. Death and Page of Swords. So your person has definitely been through a lot. Oof. And I'm getting that, I mean, either this happened very recently, or it's something that was so big that they're still recovering from it. I don't see that this is happening at the moment. This is like an aftershock already, you know, kind of like I'm still trying to figure out how to do my life after everything that happened, right? Or after that accident or whatever it was. There are no accidents, but you know what I mean, like real life terminology, like a car accident or something. They want to talk to you about it. They want to express what that experience was like and why it's impacting them so much. But they're having problem doing that. Like it's a struggle to articulate how they're feeling, why it was a big deal, why it was a life-changing moment. And they're still in the transformation phase. That's another thing that I would mention here. So they see you as a confidant, and they definitely want you to know, and maybe they even see for some of you that, you know, you are starting to get suspicious that something's bothering them, something's weighing on them, and you don't really know what it is, right? But the message here is they want to tell you. And up to you, Aries, maybe you'll start that conversation to make it a little easier. Like, let's open the door by reminding them that it can come to you at any point with anything. And, you know, you'll have the grace and the compassion to hear it out, right? I'm not really getting that this is about the two of you. Maybe for a few of you it is the case, but for the most part, it's not even about you. But because it was so deep and profound and new to them, they're having trouble expressing it, because like their mind is telling them, the first words that they're finding, the mind is telling them, yeah, this is ridiculous, or, you know, this is just insane. You can't say things like that to other people. Or it opens a can of worms, because then, you know, it takes them back to certain experiences in the past that they will need to tell you about then, because that's what hit them, right? Like not the event itself, but where it took them afterwards to something painful in the past that, you know, has dictated a big part of how they make decisions in life. Okay, I hope this was good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye.